Last time on Final Fantasy IV, Kain attempted to murder a child, and thankfully he seems to be MIA at the moment. I mean, there's that thing, but I don't know what the hell it is, and it disappeared anyway, so who cares? But, with Kain missing, he's not going to try anything while we're out of commission, so thankfully that little girl has gone fairly unstabbed as far as I know. Understandably, she's not really too happy with Cecil and Kain, considering they accidentally burnt her village down and killed her mother's stand, so if she were awake, she probably wouldn't be here. She'd probably leave immediately. But since she's kind of out of it, well, Cecil's got no choice but to help her. Forgive me, Kain. I know you wanted to kill this child, but I ain't gonna have it. Alright, so anyway, thank goodness we got those 5 potions, because Cecil's not looking too good. Okay, so, first time I played Final Fantasy IV, I tried not to enter the desert because I thought it would be very dangerous. That is the exact opposite of what you... Oh, really? Back attack? Of course. Of course when I'm on my own I get back attack. But anyway, yeah. That's the exact opposite of what you want to do, because the next town is, well, quite obviously the place where you want to go. There is one other location we can head to, but, don't. It is literally suicide if you go in there with Cecil alone, though, to be honest, it's also suicide if you go there even with somebody else, but that's a different matter. We're not going there, so let's focus on the town. Well, technically speaking, first we have to deal with this Desert Sahagin. By the way, quick tip, if you have any enemies unique to the desert region, such as the Desert Sahagin, use ice attacks if possible. I mean, we have no possibility of doing that because we don't have the Blue Fang or whatever it is, the counterpart to the Red Fang we used at the start of the game, but yeah. When you do have ice attacks, make sure to use those. I mean, even though Sahagins are supposed to be water-based enemies, that one's just a desert one. Just because. Alright, well, thankfully we got a level up from that, so that should help a little bit. Would have preferred a little more speed, but speed doesn't go up too often. So, easy enough to get to the town. Again, just don't wander the outskirts of the town, and once we enter Kaipo, Cecil actually does the sensible thing and just goes straight to the inn, which, conveniently enough, is literally a straight walk to it. Thank you, Cecil, for doing something smart and helping the child, rather than just taking your time and talking to everyone. Which, in fairness, is exactly what I would do. I'm just gonna stare at you until you wake up. It's not creepy or anything, right? As I am completely motionless. Nope, 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 fuck this. Nope, 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 nope. I don't want to deal with this shit. I mean, this is safe enough. Sure, it's in the middle of a desert, but there's an inn here. And I mean, I guess the village is also surrounded by fish people, but hardly an issue. Oh hey, you're wearing the wrong uniform to be Bagan, so I'm just gonna assume you're some rando NPC, right? Yep, just General. Or maybe that's his actual name. Hi, I'm General General. Oh, come on, how did you even know she was alive? How did you even get here? There are mountains in the way. Uh-oh. Looks like we've got a battle with these guys. Well, that's not good. So, apparently they just somehow magically knew that we hadn't killed this last girl. Personally, I blame Kain. It's somehow his fault, but now these guys have come to kill her themselves, or have us do it, but we're not having it either way, so we're preparing to betray Baron anyway, so I guess these guys are as good a start of it as any, so anyway, you might notice these guys are kinda tough. You know, they get 3 attacks per round. They can do some heavy damage, about 30-ish each, 35. Haven't been counting exact numbers, but they do also attack fairly frequently. However, they do have one major weakness. Notice the general's been barking out orders all this time, so we should aim for him first. And unfortunately, it is going very slowly. This generally happens with the ATB system when you only have one character. Or really any RPG where you have one character, it's usually not too fun. But now that the general's dead, that is the confusion status effect. If you don't know what that is, confusion causes you to attack yourself. So yes, apparently, these soldiers are so incompetent that if they don't have a man giving them the simple order of attack, they have absolutely no idea what to do, to the point where they are far slower and they might even attack themselves. Look at that guy, he stabbed himself in the face. Because the general was not there to tell him attack, he's like, and then he just trips and falls over and hits himself in the face with his own sword. So yeah. The general will run away if you kill the soldiers first, so honestly, killing the general first is easier. Even if you don't reduce damage over time, the general falls easily enough, and then you just have a bunch of idiots fighting you. Well, I mean, technically speaking, I was really doing it more for myself. I mean, yes, I protected you. No fanfare? Why does it keep appearing? It's weird. No, get away from me, weird thing. Oh, his name is White, huh? Alright, we'll just stick with that. Guess I'll nickname him Walter, though. Okay. Fat Chocobo, White, they're pals, they're buddies. They hang out. So anyway, yeah, that's a thing unique to the DS version. But more importantly, we also have Rydia. That's the first thing we can see or think about in the game. So, stat-wise, in earlier versions of the game, she started at level 1, so you pretty much had to grind with her. At the moment, she has access to both white and black magic, as well as summon. She doesn't really have many summons, though. It's pretty much just white, and that's all. So she will be our healer, even though she's not the best healer. I mean, look at that spirit, it's pretty low. She is obviously built more for black magic type attacks, but at the moment I think she only has, ice? Not fire, though. For some reason, she just doesn't want to use the fire spell. I don't know why that would be. So let's see what kind of items we have. I forget what's new here. I'm pretty sure the emergency exit is. It's pretty expensive, but kinda useful. I mean, true to its name, it's for emergencies. Alright, so, right, at the moment I'm just going over spells. Yeah, she also has Thunder. I forgot she started with that as well. Oh, she also has the Chocobo summon. Alright, so I forgot a few things, but yeah, for the most part, that's her magic. Almost forgot to check that. I mean, we haven't had magic characters so far, so it kinda slipped my mind, alright? Well, alright then. That old man would actually bar our way from going far into the caves to the north, so even if you could actually survive, like, a battle in there as Solo Cecil, you wouldn't be able to get to any, well, good part of the dungeon. So, yeah, make sure to do this first. I learned that the very, very hard way. Yes, I've heard about Anna. Everyone's talking about her. Anna. I mean, look, I know Scissorman's killed her like 10 times, but I've just left her behind, alright? I know it seems like she's happy being whisked away by some bard. But you know what? I'm not going to believe it. I bet it's Scissorman again. In fact, I kind of would like that to be canon. Hey, Cecil.
I don't even know why I'm in this. It's an RPG, and I thought I was supposed to be a survival horror character, but here I am. But on the bright side, I guess I get to live happily. I mean, canonically speaking, Mom was the one who killed Anne, so there are no hard feelings between us. It's pretty nice. The relationship is going pretty well.
Hey, Fat Chuckbo, how's it going? Thank goodness I don't need to use Yashal greens or Gyasal greens or however it's pronounced in order to... Naming way, get out of my face, please. Now, I was gonna do that, but okay, whatever. Okay, the noises are kinda cute. Right, so this is definitely a part that seems a little, obviously added in later in the... well, not later in the game, way after the game was actually made, and just inserted for the remake, so, yeah, here we go. So, first off, I suppose we'll go through his abilities. You can set them. He's currently got nothing set. You can't actually give him just, like, a full set of dark magic. You have to specifically go in and choose spells, so... yeah, he won't use all black magic or all white magic, but that seems, well, I'd call it good, but he's not that good until we train him. Now, we also have this thing, we can change what his face looks like. We can also change his body, but those suits the game's talking about, they don't really get introduced until, like, you beat the game. I think most of his suits are, like, once you beat the final boss and post-game stuff and New Game Plus stuff. But yeah, I'm just gonna show off changing his face, which, by the way, is kinda difficult with a mouse. It's not quite as good as a stylus. I'm giving a little cat face, and, you know what? I might as well just skip to the end of this, cause this is gonna be slow. Well, I don't think that's how glasses work, but yeah, we're gonna go with that. He's wearing a bow tie, so I just made him a dumb idiot nerd. Can't believe I drew the nose in, but still fucked up the glasses. Past me, what were you even doing? And he has no ears, so I guess they're just painted on. I mean, well, yeah, that's kind of the whole point of this, but you get what I mean. They're weird glasses. I mean, technically speaking, it's not okay, but I'm going with it anyway. Right, so training. So, first thing we have, and only thing we have, is Rydia's Math Magic Minutes. So, while the touchscreen isn't that easy to do on an emulator, I mean, that's it. That's my only statement. Certainly, I did not use the emulator's pause function in order to make this far easier. I'm just so good at math. You know, the thing I'm always complaining about being bad at? Yeah, I'm really good at that all of a sudden, so I was just mathing so hard. Certainly, I did not pause the emulator and figure out all of these and then resume the emulator. No, I would not do that. Definitely not. Absolutely not. Wouldn't happen. Don't even know why you're implying that I would. So anyway, yeah, basically at the moment all we can do is train up White's intelligence stat because that's what Rydia provides, and that's it. So the fact that I gave him attack is, well, meaningless. And this is why I say that this is very obviously added in for the remake. Final Fantasy IV isn't my favorite 2D Final... well, 3D in this case, but whatever. It's not my favorite classic Final Fantasy, but at the same time, it's, like, really brilliantly designed. I'm not going to be able to talk about a lot of the sort of balancing and just a lot of general stuff for quite a while, but the fact that we're only able to train up one of White's stats at the moment and won't really have access to training for quite a while, it just screams, hey, we added this in out of nowhere. But yeah, again, I can't really explain a lot of it because it would be kind of spoilery. Can't pronounce that. I can't pronounce this word that doesn't exist. What is wrong with me? Anyway, the staff might as well go with this, because Rydia's not really a weapon user anyway, so just go with that. Oh yeah, and by the way, there are only 5 minigames for White, so yeah. If you do know Final Fantasy IV, you might know what characters those 5 minigames are connected with, and you will then know why this is just not well balanced? I don't know. I don't think well balanced is quite the right word for it, but it's not quite laid out all that well. Wait, he rules the desert? But there's nothing in the desert. It's a desert. Hey, Mapping Way, what are you doing? Got another map for me? Oh, wow. Fucked up something else. I mean, you could always buy more paper and pens, but I guess you're flat broke, aren't you? Yeah, living with vagrants, so, that's a bit of a personal question, but I guess we might as well. Alright, so, at the moment, he has the bestiary. It also plays the music for whatever the monster is applied to. That one's just a normal battle, so we just get the normal battle music. And for bosses, of course, we will get the boss music. I'm not going to go through all of these, am I? Well, if Past Me does do that, I'll just skip this then. Past Me, I don't know why you did this. Past Me, why? Yep, that's Miss Dragon. You really didn't need to see that. No, Past Me, come on. Past Me, think of the non-com viewers. Oh, and they just go back to normal battle theme. Lovely. Oh, except General doesn't. Okay. Well, I guess General is important enough for his own theme. His soldiers, on the other hand, are not. Good thing those themes didn't conflict with each other mid-battle. Anyway, your bestiary doesn't really matter that much. Oh my goodness! We know that woman. We know that woman. Rosa, how did you get here? Well, we got the auto potion. I would like to explain why Rose is kind of underrated as a character, but we're about to go, actually. I'd just like to say that the augment system is also unique to the DS version of the game, and unlike White's, this is actually pretty good. Basically, augments are items that give you new abilities. You can set abilities under, well, abilities, and since we're not using auto potion just yet, I will not really talk about it too much. I'm not going to talk about the slightly annoying part. He'll probably talk about the basics, but I'll talk about the more annoying parts later on when we actually get augments we're going to use at the moment. Auto Potion, however, we're not going to give to Cecil or Rydia, and yes, they are one-time use items. Kind of. Again, I'll explain later. Alright, well, we're actually pretty much done with this episode, so before we close, I guess I might as well mention, Final Fantasy IV, of course, probably coded in a pretty similar way to Final Fantasy III. So, remember that one part in the Final Fantasy III LP where I saved and it was like 100 hours later because I save stated, ended the recording, and then loaded save state later to pick up the recording from there? Well, I kinda did the same thing between episodes, so, just like you to know that I have not actually been playing for 21 hours. So, anyway, that's it. See you next time.